So now we get into the Eudicom project, and I will tell you a little bit about the project, which is really about strengthen the distribution of European digital comics. So we're talking about distribution, and we're talking about digital comics. We're not talking about comics books, but really just on the digital side. As I explained, it's a European project co-funded by the European Commission, and with a consortium with, as I said, ISNEO, Italian Book Publisher Association, Spanish, Polish, and the Federation of European Publishers in Belgium. And we formed this consortium to be able to look at specifically 3 focus countries. So Italy, Spain, and Poland, which we think could be really interesting. And then through the federation to be able to look at other countries to understand a little bit in Europe what's happening there in terms of e-comics. It's a 24-month project, but we started in September, and it will be finishing in August 22. The main goal is really a capacity building program for comic publisher. So that's very important to understand. What we want to do is to support comics publisher to go into the digital distribution, basically. It's very easy. So we will look into technology, market opportunity, business model for digital. Marketing, of course, is very, very important to help them to get into a digital experimentation and share best practice and knowledge across Europe about this subject. Because we understand that there is a lack of information, understanding, and knowledge on how to go digital when you are, for example, a smaller publisher in a country. How do you go about it in going digital? You know that it could be something interesting, but the way to go there and how to avoid the main issues and to make some benefits out of it, of course, that's what we would like to help on. So midterm is really to reinforce the European comic talents on digital platform, to improve the accessibility and distribution of e-comics. I think that's very important, that people everywhere could access as well comics, and support, of course, the growth of the sector in Europe. The European comic sector in Europe is relatively strong. It's quite strong in some countries, less in other countries, but we have great talents, and the idea is really to support the growth of this sector using digital technology. And of course, as Arnaud said, really looking at new distribution opportunity for the sector. So the expected impact that we would like to have this project is really to increase and share knowledge about the e-comics and using as much as possible the National Publisher Association to develop this knowledge sharing, to develop digitalization strategy to be implemented very easily by comics publishers, so bringing them some solutions, very easy solutions on that, and raising awareness on digital distribution. For the public, but also for the authors. I think many people now still don't know that they can access comics on platform basically, and that it's a very good way to read and to explore different comics, and also for authors it's a way to develop and to distribute their project. Midterm is to increase the cooperation between the association of publisher and the comics publisher, because again, we think that there is maybe a need to bring the traditional publishing association with the comics publisher to increase the cooperation and partnership between the publishers to be able to sell more in different countries, and to seize the digital opportunities that exist today. And the long term is, of course, to support the European comic and bring them to become more as a global leader through the digital distribution. So we have basically in our project of 24 months, we have 5 major steps. The first step, which is what we are just finishing now, and today you're going to hear from Enrico the first results, is local research and identification of comics publisher. in the three focus countries that we talked about, Italy, Spain, and Poland, but also looking at other countries. Based on this research, on this study of what's the situation, the status quo a little bit in this country, we are developing now online resources, webinar, and a MOOC to cover the main problem faced by the comic publisher in going digital. So, and trying through this MOOC to give answer to these questions, to exchange, I say, best practice and knowledge online, online and through events. Then we have a very important phase, which is the test phase, to really helping local publishers to see how it works to be online. And then, of course, along the project, we have a communication program and dissemination, like today, for example, to share with you and to get also feedback from you on our subject. And to finish, we have three major events that we have during the project. The first one is today. Unfortunately, we couldn't come to Angoulême, so we are online today, where we will give you some results of the market research. The next one will be in Frankfurt, where we will be focusing as well on talking to all the other countries, or most of the other countries that are not the focus country. And we will finish in Madrid in June 22, so hopefully we will be there for Readmagine and really focusing on the digital distribution, because it's really, as I say, the core of the project.